So the team picture last week,
Mm-hmm.
talk about that and the significance of having Nick's spot empty and what that meant.
Well, again, the hard part is okay. We certainly want to honor his life and certainly want to continue to remember him. We've also got to put it behind us and not let us affect us so much. And I got to be honest, I hadn't thought much about that picture until Ricky Hazel, our sports information guy, brought it up. And my first reaction is no, we don't want to do it because I was thinking get on, but then I thought, you know what, it's really the kids' choice. And at Ricky's suggestion, I asked the captains, and they absolutely wanted a spot left open for Nick, and he would have been a redshirt junior this year, and so certainly I wanted to honor their wishes, and I was certainly thankful that Ricky gave me the opportunity to do that.
How can an image like that and the captains wanting to do that help galvanize a team with the season so close and still having that memory?
Well, I think that remains to be seen. You never know how different people are going to react. We have about 28 kids on our team, the freshmen and transfers, who didn't know anything about Nick. And then the other 3/4 of our team obviously was very close to him. And so I think it was very appropriate to honor him that way. I'm hoping it is the galvanizing effect. And I'm hoping that their memories of him, they can turn that into an opportunity to honor him because one of the things that his nickname was Cheeseburger, one of the things that Cheese always did was play hard, and he didn't care every snap. He was going as hard as he could, and so my hope is that our team will honor that and honor the way he played the game by how they play the game as well.
Where did the nickname Cheeseburger come from?
Well, he came in as a defensive back, and our defensive coordinator told him he was putting on weight and you're one cheeseburger away from becoming a linebacker. And so the name Cheeseburger just stuck with him, and so he became Cheese or Cheeseburger after that.
Everybody I talk to talks about his infectious personality, always smiling, always laughing. It's ultra competitive on the field. If you were describing him to someone, your incoming freshman, how do you describe Nick Blakely?
Well, I think what you said, ultimately competing all the time and always trying to find ways to gain a competitive edge. If he could get in your head, he would try to get in your head. He'd walk in the weight room, go up to the biggest guy and say, hey, I bet I can lift more than you, let's go. And he would try to do that. And so on the field, same thing. I bet I can do this better than you. I bet I can beat you at Madden. I mean, it didn't matter. He always wanted to find a way. And then if he won, he would be talking smack to you all the time. And if he didn't win, he'd just continue to pester you until you gave him another shot to where he could win. And for Nick, it was never that he lost. He just ran out of time or just needs another opportunity to master what he's doing. But he certainly cared a lot about football, the way he played it. I can remember on scout team when he was redshirted, and the redshirting, they're not supposed to hit the starting offense. Well, he never listened to me, and I used to drive me nuts. In fact, I talked to him about, you've got to make sure we protect our offense. So he didn't care. He just wanted to play hard. And, hey, coach, I'm making them tougher. Yeah, but I'd rather not have you break their leg while you're doing that. So those were the things that I remember about Nick, and that infectious smile that he had. I mean, it was going all the time. That's one thing he did. And he, as funny as he was and as competitive as he was, he had a spirituality about him. God was always a big part of his life, and he wasn't afraid to admit it. He talked about the day he passed away about one of the places that he wanted to visit was heaven. And he talked about with his dad when he was driving a little too fast for him, making his dad nervous. He said, Dad, are you afraid to die? He goes, are you afraid of going to heaven? He goes, well, I really don't want to do it right now. And Nick said, I'm not afraid of it. And so there was a spirituality about him in addition to his competitiveness that I'll always remember